live on Underground Wicked Radio. We've got Bloodstepp with us. We're going to start right off. Bloodstepp, can you do a radio drop for Underground Wicked Radio?
Too easy, mate. What up? This is Bloodstepp from Australia. Listen to Underground Wicked Radio. Whoop, whoop.
Drop some links for your sites.
Just www.bloodstepp.com and just Facebook, the normal shit. Just search for Bloodstepp on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can see all my crappy music there.
Yeah, crappy. Imagine that. I swear, man, that shit kicked my radio off. No joke. 3 times. Fucking speakers couldn't handle the bass. The one with Kid Crusher you got, actually. I had that shit cranked and my fucking speakers turned right off. I was like, what the fuck? So,
yeah.
How did you come up with the name, Bloodstepp?
Actually, it's not very exciting. It was just, I was trying to think of a name that was kind of, I guess, horror and dubstep, so I came up with something creative like Bloodstepp, and actually it was already taken with 1 P, so I got even more creative and added an extra P. How clever is that?
So, one more question, and then we're going to take it over to the 606 hot seat. I want to know where you grew up. Where you from, homie?
Yeah, man, no worries. I'm from Sydney, Australia, southwest Sydney. Grew up in Housing Commission. I guess that's what you consider in America the ghetto. But I had a good life, awesome parents, awesome house, everything just in the ghetto, I guess, so Sydney, Australia, nothing too special. That's about it, brother.
Good shit, man. I love your accent, by the way. I have a homie from Scotland. When I talk to him, he does flyers for the radio. When he gets off of me, he says, good day, mate. And he's got me saying that shit now when I get off the phone with him. So, it is time for easy 606 hot seat. Normally I play the siren, but we're on a time limit, so 606, homie, it's all yours.
Yeah, so I don't get a siren tonight. I feel kind of sad now I don't have a siren, so.
Later. I'll add it in later for you. How's that?
There you go. Let's go. What's going on, Bloodstepp?
How's it going, brother? Much love.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and jump into the hot seat thing. So, what's the music scene like in Australia?
As far as underground, not much, man, to tell you the truth. I mean, obviously Kid Crusher is pretty much the king of the underground over here, and to be honest, not much. I'm probably going to cop a lot of heat for saying that when people hear it and say, hey, why didn't you mention me, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, man, KC, me, Trips, Nutcase. There's a couple of boys, but, yeah, it's nothing like the US.
That's what's up. Dude, does it catch like a bad rap over there? Do people like look at you funny because of the content?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, I guess it's an acquired taste. For starters, it's electronic, so that cuts out about 90% of people that like music, and then on top of that, it's juggalo electronic, which cuts out another, 99% of the 10%, so I'm left with about 0. Whatever the fuck percent left to appeal to. So yeah, definitely I cop some shit for it.
All right. So how do you think that social media has affected the music industry in a good or bad way?
Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, if it wasn't for social media, I basically wouldn't have a music career, to be able to reach, like you guys for starters, it's worked wonders, mate. YouTube, Facebook, just general websites even. it just opens the doors for people that maybe would never have been heard, but because there's some fucking talent out there, man, and social media really gets that talent out more than it would have if it didn't exist. And in saying that, of course, on the other side, there's some really shit people out there that get exposure through social media that, I don't know, probably don't deserve it.
Okay. So what are some artists that you enjoy, man? Like, what are some hip-hop artists that you really enjoy listening to?
Just hip-hop?
Oh, no, you could be anything.
Well, I'll start with hip-hop. Obviously, ICP. They're the ultimate to me. I started listening to ICP back in, I think, about 97, which is pretty early for an Aussie dude. And, then that, I guess, the whole, I guess you'd say everything that's attached to ICP through the years, I've kind of gotten into. Like, actually probably started with Cypress Hill years ago, to tell you the truth. And then, obviously it's gone into tech and, Strange and Sub Noise and, all that type of shit. So, honestly, I think at the moment, Young Wicked is probably the primo at the moment, man. He's just amazing. And I'm honoured to be able to work with him. So, yeah, just the typical, mate. Just the typical.
That's what's up, yeah. Young Wicked's good people. That's definitely. Shout out to the Axe Murder Boys.
I agree. He was in the studio when Shaggy Tudo did a radio drop for me. They both were picking on me. It was pretty good shit.
Yeah, I've been picked on by a Jay before too.
Shaggy was freaking picking on me for a good 10 minutes, and then he did a sick radio drop for Underground Wicked Radio.
Well, that makes it all worthwhile, dude.
It definitely did, man. To have my idol picking on me, man, it was just beyond my dream.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a funny story I'll tell you some other time about Jay, and it basically ends up with him calling me a fat naked dude. So it's a long story. I know it sounds weird, but I'll tell you some other time.
Definitely. I can't wait to hear that. Go ahead, Easy. Finish up the hot seat.
So what kind of projects can we expect from Bloodstepp this year?
Actually, since Skinwalker Ranch, I've only done one track in 4 months. I've kind of taken a little bit of a break, but it's a wicked track. It's with Mad Child. We're working out a music video for it. Coming up, I'm doing a collaboration with a couple of my mates. It's more electronic-based, called Conductors. I am thinking about releasing an EP. Not a full album, my first proper EP, just an in-betweener until I really get the wheels in motion for my next album.
That's pretty awesome, man. Let's see. What would you say has been your biggest accomplishment so far in your career?
Obviously, I've had the chance to work with some wicked names in the industry. I actually won the 2013 Underground Album of the Year for my album Bass and Bubblegum, and that was voted on by the fans from a pretty big site, Underground Australia. So yeah, I'm pretty cheering about that. Just the thing that blows me away the most about my music is people are actually willing to invest their hard-earned money into it, to pay for it, to buy it. Like, that's the ultimate for me, like, it's hard getting up 9 to 5 and working, and then someone picking my music to put their money on. That's so much honor involved in that, man. I can't believe it.
I gotta say one thing, Easy, because you're asking him about people he's worked for. He's got a song with two of our homies, Razakel and Killer C, on a track together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch, that's a killer track.
I got that one on the radio.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
I was on her last project, actually.
Oh, sweet.
So, let's go with something, man.
You want me to go over something? No. You gotta ask. I'm sorry. I love this question. You gotta ask the pudding question. I don't care what you say.
The what?
The pudding question.
The what question?
Pudding question. Come on now.
The pudding.
Pudding man.
Oh, okay. So, we all know Bill Cosby is huge in the news right now. So, would you consider Bill Cosby America's favorite dad gone bad, or do you think Bill Cosby is a rapist?
Fuck. Well, how many women is it? Is it like 20, 30, something like that have said it?
Yeah.
They can't all be fucking lying, you know? Like, I guess he's guilty. I don't know.
Hey, he's killing it, man. Bill Cosby is just killing it. They're going to create a new date rape drug called Bill Cosby. I swear they are. Like, instead of Ruthie and the bitch, we're going to Bill Cosby that bitch.
I've seen some pretty funny memes getting around, actually.
All right. We've only got a couple minutes left. I have to ask the red question. Bloodstepp. Do you, sir, have your Red Wings? He's probably
My
like,
Red Wings.
your Red Wings. If you don't know what they are, I will definitely give you some details. I'm not sure what you guys call it.
Dude.
Okay. It is when you eat a girl out on her period or give it to her while she's on her period.
Yeah, of course, man. Fucking oath.
Good. About time, man. The last couple artists we've had, they're like, oh, hell no. I don't have that. I'm like, really?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, man. I haven't showered and then woken up the next day with dried blood on my pubes.
Exactly. And that shit smells like it's fucking died. You're like hopping right into that shower. Oh, frick. About time. I mean, I have to. Her name's Bloodstepp, so I mean, I was kind of hoping you earned your Red Wings. Now, I'm hearing another saying. I'm hearing another saying over where you live right now that's going around that's popular. It's called bell tip.
Bell tip?
Bell tip.
No.
They're going around calling people bell tips now over in London and Germany and a couple other places. It means the end of a dick, I guess.
Yeah, right, yeah, but no.
So I'm like calling people bell tips now, and they're like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's a London saying.
Nah, yeah, well, remember, Australia's this little island, well, actually it's pretty fucking big, but it's like isolated from the rest of the world, so we don't hear about bell tips and fucking Red Wings and whatever else you got, blue jabs, I don't know.
Listen to Underground Wicked Radio. We'll catch you up on all the good shit. All right, Easy. You got another question before he does some shout-outs?
No, let him do a shout-outs.
This is your time, homie. You want to do another radio drop or go ahead and shout out some homies?
I'll do a radio drop for you. Too easy, man.
Go for it, homie.
Whoop, whoop. This is Bloodstepp from Australia, probing that ass. Listen to Underground Wicked Radio. Get that in ya. Whoop, whoop.
Awesome. Whoop, whoop. Go ahead and do some shout-outs.
Shout out to my missus. Without her, none of this would be possible. Fuck, that sounds cliche, doesn't it? But it's true. all my mates and people like you guys, man, that fucking, make it possible for us to get out there and be heard. I'm honoured. We don't have prostituted radio stations to fucking play on the radio. We're underground, man, and we rely on people like you to help us out. So thank you very much, boys.
You're welcome, homie. I'm like you were saying earlier, there's a lot of dope talent out there, and there's no way for them to be heard. So that's why I started Underground Wicked Radio. I do this all free. I just want to help the underground out.
Yep.
I'm tired of seeing artists with dope songs and 30 views.
Yep, exactly, man.
So,
and I appreciate it and respect you for that.
Thank you, homie. Couple more questions, and that means a lot coming from you, man. I've been listening to you a long time. That's good shit to have you on.
I'm honored, man.
So I know you have a time limit. It's been about 17 minutes. Let's ask you a couple more questions, and then we'll hop off so you can get back to work. Did you enjoy your short interview on Underground Wicked Radio, and would you come back?
Yes and yes. It was awesome.
Thank you,
I love it when I
man.
can just be myself, man.
Always, we have to be. Every artist we have on loves coming on. We've had people like Dilemma, Sicktanic, Project Born's coming back for the third time on the 22nd of this month.
Beautiful.
We got a bunch of them that want to come back. But all right, homie, you have a good night. I want to get you back over to work so you don't get in trouble.
Thanks, man. Hopefully my boss isn't listening.
I'd laugh. He's like, oh, I'm never going to look at you again the same. You and your Red Wings.
You got fucking Red Wings, man.
You should go ask your boss that, man. Seriously, be like, so, do you have your Red Wings? DJ Snicker wants to know.
Well, this is how fucking sick we are. I think we've already discussed it.
Oh, man. All right, homie, you have a good night. Thank you for getting on. I'm looking forward to having you back on in the future.
No worries.
Oh, wait, one more question.
Man.
Do you have any new projects that you want to shout out?
More or less, I guess, just promotion of my latest album, Skinwalker Ranch. Go grab that, man. It's a fucking underground classic.
Can't wait to hear it. All right, homie, you have a good night. Thank you for getting on. Looking forward to having you back in the future.
No worries, fellas. Thanks a lot for the time.
You're welcome, homie. Woo woo. Everyone tuning in, have a good night.